What is up, guys? Misha here from Beyond the Huddle, and welcome to this week's altcoin forecast. As always, before we get into the altcoins, we'll first take a look at the SMI, and then we'll take a look at Bitcoin, and then we will get into the altcoins. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, first off, the SMI. As you guys remember from yesterday's video, Ralphie mentioned how we were seeing short-term accumulation. You guys can see the short-term SMI on my left, the long-term one on my right. So we were seeing accumulation in the short term, and what we wanted to see is whether or not we were going to get accumulation on the long term. Well, we did get it. As you guys can see, came in today 1:03 p.m. Short long-term accumulation spotted on the SMI. So that's exactly what we wanted to see. Now, once we see accumulation on the short term and on the long term, as you guys can see from here, it's just a matter of time before you get a bottom. The only question you got to ask yourself is which support is going to hold. Kind of like when we get distribution on the short term and also on the long term, it's a matter of which resistance is going to hold. And as you guys saw yesterday's video, Ralphie showing you guys how the 52K resistance held, and then we saw a drop on Bitcoin. So now let's go ahead and take a look at the actual Bitcoin chart. And also, guys, if you want to get access to this SMI and more, make sure you guys go ahead and check out our website at Beyond the Huddle for our premium membership. Well, not only can you get access to the SMI, but you can also get access to our smart money scanner. You get access to the advanced smart money concepts, right? The stuff that we don't show on this YouTube channel. You also get 2 weekly analysis videos, kind of similar to what you're seeing here, but that goes a lot more in depth with all the advanced concepts, with the advanced tools such as the SMI, the Smart Money Scanner, and our TradingView Indicator Suite, and also get access to our exclusive Discord community. So if this is something that interests you, go ahead and check that out on the website. I look forward to seeing you guys in the community. So now let's go ahead and take a look at the Bitcoin chart. All right, guys, so quick BTC recap. As you guys remember from yesterday's video, Ralphie showed you guys how we were below the monthly level. We're below our weekly level. You guys can see that yesterday, well, not yesterday, Monday, had a big wick to the upside, then closed below. And then yesterday, not only did we keep going below, we also went below this level that I had mentioned last week. So we can get rid of that for now. And then now we are sitting right on this daily demand right here. So the key here is we're seeing accumulation. The question is which support is going to hold. Well, we have a couple different support areas. We have this one right here, which is also a discount of this range, swing low, swing high. We have these down candles right here, which line up with the quarterly open. And then we have this level down here. So one of these three should probably hold based on what we're seeing on the SMI. Then the question is going to be, how are these new monthly and new weekly levels going to play out? So the new weekly level is going to be all the way next week, but the new monthly level is going to come in on Friday night, because Saturday is going to be January 1st. So that's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. Are we going to be above or below the new monthly level? Well, it is still to be decided. We don't know yet. But this weekly level, we definitely have to go back above that in order to be bullish. Or we could potentially see next week open, have the weekly level be near the lows, and then go above that, and then make our way back to the upside. Obviously, first target will still be this 3-day supply right here to the upside. And then obviously to the downside, like I said, if we don't bounce off of here, we're looking at this zone right here with this quarterly open, and then that zone right here. So that's what we're seeing on Bitcoin, guys. Still bearish at the moment. Although we're seeing accumulation. Now let's go ahead and take a look at what the altcoins have for us. All right, guys, looking at the total market cap. If you guys remember from last week, we mentioned how we wanted to see what would happen at this premium. If we were going to break it, then challenge the monthly open or potentially reject. Well, we ended up rejecting this premium, and we are going down. Now you guys can see that we already rejected this current week's open right here. We did that yesterday. We had a massive move to the downside, and just like Bitcoin, we are sitting on a daily demand area. So are we going to bounce off of this daily demand area? At the moment, it doesn't seem like we are going to reverse off of it, because we're still below the daily open. But if we end up going back above the daily open, now there's a possibility that that could happen, and then we would see price start to go back up and challenge this weekly open. If not, then we're definitely coming down into this area right here with these two down candles, and potentially this level down here. So this is what I'm seeing on the total market cap. And if the total market cap were to reverse right here, that means that Bitcoin is reversing as well. That means that we would have to see, oh, should we be buying Bitcoin or should we be buying altcoins? But if the total market cap is going down here, then that kind of means that we need to be getting out of the market and not actually being on anything. Because yes, maybe alts outperform Bitcoin or Bitcoin outperform alts, but the only thing that's going to happen is one of them is going to bleed less than the other. So that's pretty much telling you you're going to lose money either way. So now let's go ahead and take a look at who's outperforming who at the moment between Bitcoin and the altcoins. So we're looking at our altcoin index, and for those of you who don't know what the altcoin index is, it's total 2, which is the altcoin market cap divided by BTC, which gives us the inverse of the Bitcoin dominance. Just makes it easier to think of it in terms of alts instead of in terms of Bitcoin. So when this goes up, alts are outperforming. When it goes down, Bitcoin is outperforming alts. So right now what we can see is that we're seeing a consolidation here, but from what we spoke about last week, we were talking about this 4-hour demand and then this 4-hour premium right here, right? Swing high down to swing low. Now, what ended up happening is we crushed the premium. So we respected the demand. We crushed the premium. Funny enough, we came back and used that premium as support, right? And then we saw another leg to the upside. Now, we're starting to see a pattern here. Move higher, retracement, new leg. Higher, retracement, new leg higher. Retracement. Are we going to see a new leg higher? Well, it's still a big question mark about that at the moment, because we are still below this weekly open right here, and we're also below the daily open. Well, we're right around this daily open. You guys can see right here. It's kind of a doji candle. So overall, this week, alts are actually underperforming Bitcoin. So we can see that. So that's pretty much telling us if you want to stay in the market, you were better off being in on Bitcoin than being in on alt for this week. So that's kind of what we're seeing here, guys. So we'll have to see how this plays out, how we revolve around this weekly open. Now, 2 levels to keep in mind is this daily demand right here, and then this key level right there. So if these 2 give way, then we're going to come all the way down into here near this monthly open and this level right here. If not, then we're obviously going to see support at one of these levels, and then we would want to go back above the weekly open, maybe use it as support, and then continue on our merry way to the upside. But again, if the total market cap is going to keep dropping, this kind of becomes irrelevant because alts would still be bleeding anyway. And that kind of means that you need to be reducing your exposure to the market, not really so much shifting it around. So with that said, guys, let's go ahead and take a look at our 2 altcoins for the day. All right, guys, we're looking at altcoin number 1, ETHBTC. And as you guys can see, and also as the altcoin index showing us, ETHBTC has been going down, so alts are definitely underperforming. If we look at it from a intraday perspective, we can see that we went below the daily open, used the daily open as resistance, and then went straight down. That's after we had been using the weekly open as resistance for a while for the past 2 days. And we look at it from on a daily time frame, we can see that last week we mentioned this daily demand right here as a key level to watch out for, and price was unable to bounce off of this level, and that's after we had already used a supply zone as resistance. So that was showing us that the momentum was to the downside. We were not able to switch the momentum back to the upside off of this daily demand right here, and then we went below the monthly open as well, used the monthly open as resistance. Now we're below the weekly open and we're using it as resistance as well. So 2 levels of interest for me right now on ETHBTC. We have this area right here with this daily demand, and then we have this other area right here, which is a weekly demand. So these are the 2 areas of interest for me right now on ETHBTC. Definitely bearish on that, especially since we already have Bitcoin bearish, and then we also have the altcoin index bearish. So again, I'm not saying I'm bearish in the sense of this is going to go all the way down to 0, or this is going to completely collapse, because obviously we're seeing accumulation on the SMI. But what I'm saying is on the short term, I am not seeing signs that I should be a buyer at the moment, at least for the short term. I'm definitely anticipating a low to come soon because of the SMI showing accumulation. But at the moment, I am not seeing the signs on the chart that that low is happening right now. So we'll have to see how things develop. Definitely looking for which support is going to hold. Once we see signs of a reversal, then we'll gladly be buyers of this market. But for now, I'm seeing bearishness, and these are 2 of my targets. So now let's go ahead and take a look at the USD price of Ethereum. Okay, guys, we're now looking at Ethereum USD, and similar to Ethereum BTC and to Bitcoin, we are seeing a down move now. What are some of the levels that we had been mentioning since last week? Well, we were talking about one. Let's show you guys this daily supply right here. And we were also talking about this 8-hour supply, which we had never been able to break, right? We were unable to break this area. We were sitting on this zone right here, and we used this 8-hour demand as support. came back into this 8-hour supply, unable to break it, and we are now below the weekly open. So we're already below the monthly open, and we're below the weekly open. It's very similar to Bitcoin. And now, what are the targets? Well, this area right here, I'm not really a fan of because it's been used already, although it was just a wick. So we'll pay attention to it, but I'm not really a fan of it. I can get rid of this area right here. We don't need this anymore. And my 3 areas are going to be this right here, which is our weekly demand. Right there, you guys can see this right here, down candle, move higher. And then after that, I am looking at this quarterly open right here, which has these 2 down candles forming a daily demand right here. And then obviously if that does not hold, then we're looking at this level right here. Now, I'm not calling for a drop all the way down to that level. We're taking things level by level. We're using the if this then that formula, guys. If any of you guys are programmers or you've done some programming before, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's an if statement. If this then that. If this does not hold, then we're looking at that. If that does not hold, then we're looking at that. But ultimately, guys, we are expecting some type of a bounce to happen at some point, because of what we're seeing on the SMI. So it's just a matter of which one of these support level is going to hold. But at the moment, I am not seeing anything that's suggesting that we're going to see a reversal. We do talk about some of the reversal signals that we look for in our advanced smart money concepts. So if you guys are interested in that, you guys can check out our premium membership. But at the moment, I am not seeing any of those signs right now on Ethereum BTC, BTC USD, or even Ethereum USD. So I'm definitely looking for a move lower and potentially hitting this weekly demand. So that's what I'm seeing on Ethereum. And obviously, if we start to see reversals, then first target right here, that's our daily supply right there. That's going to be the first target. And then after that, you guys know the other targets. Come back to our target, to what was our target number 1. And then obviously our target number 2 here. So that's what I'm seeing for Ethereum. Now let's go ahead and look at our second altcoin for today. Okay, guys, we are now looking at our second altcoin for today, which is going to be ZEC, and we're looking at the Bitcoin price. And if you guys remember from last week, what we spoke about was this daily demand right here. And I've actually forgot to mention this daily supply right here, guys. And you can see that we were consolidating between this daily demand and this daily supply right here. And we finally gave up the ghost, boom, went down. And now we're retesting this 3-day demand right here that we were talking about. And the question is, are we going to see a reversal of this, or are we going to go deeper into this 3-day demand and potentially go into this weekly demand right here, or completely crush that and go into that weekly demand right there, which kind of lines up with our quarterly open? So again, same exact thing here, which support is going to hold. We don't know yet, but once we hit the support and we see a reversal signal and we see what we need to see from Bitcoin, then we can potentially start to look for long opportunities on ZEC. But at the moment, definitely bearish. Now, once we do see a reversal signal, which targets are we going to be looking at? Now, obviously, if it happens this week, then obviously first target right here will be this weekly open. If not, then we would be looking for this area right here, and then obviously this supply area, this daily supply up here would be another target. But at the moment, I am not seeing that reversal. If we go into our daily time frame, you guys can see we are below the daily open. We're seeing some type of a consolidation here sideways, but we almost use that daily open as resistance. So if we're going to see a reversal, we first need to go back above this daily open, and then we can potentially go ahead and start challenging for these higher levels. But again, at the moment, guys, I am not too bullish. We're seeing accumulation on the SMI, but we're not seeing the price action confirm that a reversal is in place. So that's kind of what we're looking for. I give you guys all the different support levels that you guys should be looking out for, so you guys can use whatever reversal signals that you guys want to use, or you guys can go ahead and learn the reversal signal that we use. It's really up to you, and then you can go from there and decide where you want to be entering the market. So with that said, guys, hopefully you guys got some value from this video. If you did, make sure to give the video a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell so you can get notified every time we drop a new video. Make sure to follow us on Twitter at @BeyondTheHuddle. And if you're interested in our premium membership, remember, it is now live. It is open to the public. You guys can join just by going to beyondthehuddle.com and clicking on the membership section. So I look forward to seeing you guys in the Discord community. And with that said, guys, I will see you all in the next video. Peace.